It's Generation Beats.
This is Nosey with Good Intentions, the podcast.
In every nook and cranny.
This is Michael
And Kirk. Guiding your noses today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is not a nervous laugh. I was laughing because I was going to look over there. The camera's not over there. It's over there. So, hi.
Camera one and camera two?
Yes,
They're
sir.
back.
What is your raptress scope for us today?
My raptresses have been letting me down recently.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I have a theory, and it may just be because I'm a fan of hers.
Okay.
I think that everybody's so trying to not be Nikki that I don't think they've found their footing. I think they're trying so hard to not be her because they've all been shitting on her. So they're like, we can't sound like her. Like, we can't do anything like her. So I think they're trying these like other ways of trying. And I'm like, I don't think it's working. I think y'all should maybe try to be a little bit like her. Like maybe invoke some of the positives that you do like about her. So anyway, you know, in a barren well, there's always a little drip drop. So there's a new girl named Lisa.
I don't know who that is.
It's her whole name, Lisa.
L-I-S-A?
L-I-S-A.
Okay.
And she just released a song like 2 weeks ago. It's fairly new, but it's doing really well.
Okay.
It's called Rockstar. One of the lines in the song, this is not my raptress quote, but one of the lines in the song is,
Oh, I got to put my hat on.
I make your favorite. You can grab me one too. Since we're having our own Camrys today.
There you are.
From the sideline.
Yes.
So, little wardrobe change in the middle
I
of
need a
it.
haircut. So, I need a haircut.
Just rewind and see the beginning pre-at if you want to know what the hair looks like. But she says, one of the lines is, you know, I make your favorite singer want to rap.
Okay.
So I'm like, I think she's putting herself out there as a upcoming raptress.
Or she sings?
I mean, it's a rapping sound.
Is it
I think
good?
she sings a little bit in this. Like, some of it is a little sing-songy, but I'll play it for you.
Okay.
And then you can update us in the next episode.
Okay, works for
your
me.
thoughts. But what I thought was interesting is one of the other lines, which is not the raptress quote, I'm just going to tell you how the song is, Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? So I assume that means that she is of Japanese heritage.
Okay.
Or people think she is. If you're not, sorry. Oops.
Okay.
But my raptress quote is literally the beginning of the song. It starts with the chorus.
Okay.
And it says, and she says, gold teeth sitting on the dash. I'm a rock star. That's the first line. And I don't know why. Like, the first time I heard it, I was like, that's really what rap has been reduced to. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, in a lot of ways, I think there's a social commentary rap. Just me thoughts. And there's this sort of what people perceive as rap, which is gold chains, gold teeth.
Oh, gosh.
You know, and so I'm like, and she right off the bat is like, I'm a rock star. I got my gold teeth sitting on the dash. We're good. Check. I'm now a rock star. Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that does sound like we've been dumbed down and simplified to just some materialistic shit.
Well, because I think those are the types of songs that are
making noise,
heralded as popular. They're the ones that get the most views. They're the ones that are used on social media. A lot of songs now are literally just
relationships or materialistic shit.
What can we put in the song that someone will use as a soundbite in their TikTok, in their short, in their whatever, you know, pick a social media platform
of your choosing.
Short form video thing.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on my Snapchats when I do my run. I put a little sing-song on there.
Not a little sing-song.
A little sing-song. So, what's been on your mind lately?
I was wondering, have we as human beings evolved since the Romans, the Greeks? Are we still the same thing, or have we actually evolved into more superior Homo sapiens?
Okay. Do you have an example?
If we have, or just in general?
Like an example of something, well, let's do both. Is there an example where you're like, we've definitely gotten better in this, and there's an example you're like, I don't think this has gotten better?
I think an example of getting better is the easiest one is technology. I mean, we've got computers and all that other shit, whereas obviously we didn't have computers and cars and whatnot in the Roman ancient times. But I think where we haven't really evolved is we still go to war. We still like carnage and chaos.
Yeah.
So we still have wars. We just think we're doing it in a more sophisticated way because we have newer technology.
But is that evolution? Have we evolved in how we go to war?
Yes, but going to war has not evolved.
Okay.
I think we're still doing it for the same reasons. We either want your land or your resources. That hasn't changed.
True.
We like a good oil.
What else would you go to war for?
Why are we going to war? We technically nobody should even own any of this shit. Like land. Oil is a natural resource.
So as a new homeowner, landowner,
they ain't gonna make more of this shit, but
you're like, we shouldn't own land.
I mean, technically no, but even when you buy a house, you technically don't own it. You still pay taxes on it. How you paying taxes on something you own, you bought? I don't go to the store and buy a Snickers and then pay taxes on it a year later. Like, well, you bought that Snickers on December 12th, 1992. You pay some back taxes on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think it's, in theory, it's supposed to be you're paying taxes on services?
What services?
Well,
I have to take care of it.
Technically.
Not the state.
Well, what I mean is like
government.
The fire department, the police department, the city water. Like
I pay a water bill with water taxes.
Does the water bill have taxes in it? I've
I'm
never
pretty
looked
sure.
at like where I live, they don't have like a breakdown of what I'm paying for.
I just pay it. It comes to my email and it goes, hey, your water bill is due in a couple weeks. I just pay it. I don't know, but I'm assuming we probably do. We pay taxes on our cell phone bills. We pay taxes even though our income is taxed, which I've never understood. Why do we pay taxes when you already with money that's already been taxed?
I feel like our topic's changing.
Well, no, I'm not. I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole.
I'm fine with rolling with the homies.
But yeah, so that's one thing I've never understood. We don't have to go down there, but I just don't really understand how I have to.
So
pay
instead
stuff.
of racks on racks on racks, it's tax on tax
Absolutely.
on tax.
And that's the name of this episode.
Well, I think taxes, in theory.
That hasn't changed.
It was supposed to be.
They taxed back in the day.
They did tax back in the day in ancient Rome. I don't know if they taxed to the level that we have now.
Okay.
But I don't know. That'd be a good one. I'm not really sure. I know they did taxes. I just don't know. I'm not 100% sure how ancient Rome did their taxes. I would imagine it's probably a little less sophisticated than now because they didn't have as much stuff. I feel like at least now with our taxes in comparison, I feel like our taxes are a little more
structured.
That's
Yeah, but
a good
still,
word.
Yeah, because there was not really they had currency, but it wasn't in the same way we have currency now. Like there wasn't really a way to on paper track how much a family made back in ancient times. I mean, you could base it on like, oh, you have this much land and this much cattle, you owe a blah, blah, blah. But there wasn't really whereas now we kind of know why we do
I see 4 cows.
Yeah.
4% tax.
Right. Or whatever they calculated that. Whereas now they go, you made this much money, you owe us this much money.
Yeah.
And I still don't really know where taxes go to, but anyway. Apparently roads and schools, but
what was that? Pork belly spending? Isn't there a
I've heard it, but I don't know what it means.
political,
I've heard it, but I don't really know the name. Yeah.
Pork belly, I think was the name. Pork belly spending.
Not a pork belly spending.
Pork belly. It's like frivolous spending or something.
Oh, we definitely do that as a society.
Well, well, I think it's one of those. It depends on who you ask. Mm-hmm. It's like, depending on your view, some people were like, "No, that was really good. I'm glad they did that," and some people were like, "That shit was frivolous."
Yeah, pretty much. Depending on which side of the pendulum you're on.
Yeah,
but I think we've changed. I don't think we've evolved for the better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think we have, as human beings, evolved for the better?
I mean,
we're still into materialistic things. We still like shit that's pretty and cool and captivating to the eye. I don't think we've become less shallow.
Well, I mean, so recently I went on a stripping gig, and beside the stripping gig was this place where it's like a local store, and
like
a lot of the items on one half of the store are made by people with disabilities.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
And so they sell their stuff and they give them the money. They also have training and stuff like that.
Parallelograms.
Well, disabilities in general, not necessarily missing limbs, but not required to miss limbs. But I mean, that would be something that they wouldn't have done.
Is it?
In the Roman Empire that I know that I've ever heard of.
They would have booted you into the pits of hell, and I think they killed disabled babies, didn't it?
Probably.
This is Sparta. And I think they booted you right on that. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they did away with disabled babies. Which I don't know how you determine if a baby is if it's not a physical disability. I don't know how you determine if your child is disabled.
Do you think they had Down syndrome in Rome?
I don't know.
Because that's a facial, you can look at someone and go, "Oh, you have Down syndrome. I can see it on your face by your facial structure."
Probably. But if it was deafness or blindness, you wouldn't know that right away. If it was autism, I mean, they didn't even probably identify autism, but you...
Blind, eyes. Some blind people have...
like a discoloration?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, all babies have their eyes, my kids, I think all three, they had grayish eyes when they were born.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously as they develop, it turned to their natural eye color of brown. But yeah. So I don't know.
Good old brown.
Yeah, good old standardized brown eyes, baby. But that would be, so I don't know if I don't think we have evolved to the level, at least not to the degree that we think we have. I think we like to say that we're these evolved beings. Not so much.
Well, we don't have slaves anymore.
Over here.
Here.
In the good old USA.
I think the other countries, though, I don't know if they have forced slavery. I might be wrong on that one, but I think you can enslave yourself to someone in debt, which, it's probably not the best thing, but
nah, I'm not. I know if I owe you some money, you'll have to send me to collections, my boy. I'm gonna be no indentured servant. You can kiss my ass.
Indentured servant. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
I imagine being an indentured servant in 2024. That's wild.
I think it would depend on who it was to.
You be doing selfie videos and TikTok. Yo, I'm out here in the field. Indentured servant life. Hashtag. Oh, I did that wrong. Hashtag servant life. I hell no.
You're an indentured servant, man.
Yeah.
Top 10 ways to know if you're an indentured servant.
That would be wild as fuck. I couldn't do it. No. I ain't letting nobody.
Yeah, I think that would be hard.
No. Hashtag servant life.
Yeah, I think that would be hard.
That would be wild.
But I think they still do that.
You think so?
Well, I mean, yeah. I think in a lot of third world countries, they still do.
I can believe that.
I mean, what else would you do?
If you owe somebody money?
Yeah.
You got to catch me, homie.
But I mean, when you're in a third world country.
Oh, well, I mean, everybody kind of fucked up over there besides the higher ups.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's videos and it's propaganda, but there's videos of places where it looks rough.
Yeah.
It's little kids with cleft
and for
lips
only
and
36
flies.
cents a month.
Yes, you can
sponsor.
Who the fuck is living off 36
child?
cents a month? Or is it a day? It might be 36 cents a day.
I don't think
that's still only. What's 36 times 30?
I think it's like 5 cents a week.
It's something ridiculous. Let's say it is 36 cents a day. So 0.36 times 30. It's only like $10. That's $10.80.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking way you can feed a child for $11 a month. Is that possible?
Depends on the cost of living.
Over there? See, I think they just pool the money and then like make these rationed out meals, almost like a buffet. Meals all
well, you know, they promise
style.
that they'll send you like pictures and stuff of your
Photoshop
person.
Shit.
It's like, how many people have Emilio as their sponsored child?
Do you think that shit's real?
I like to think that it is.
But
because I don't care enough to go.
What about
and double check it? But my bosom tells me
that's bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
I believe it. Wholeheartedly that it's bullshit.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like these mission trips. I don't want to shit on anybody's stuff, but I mean, like these mission trips, they're going over there to be like, ours is the one true religion and you shall follow it. And I'm sure the people are like, yay, until they leave, you know, and then it's food. Like, well, we ate for a week. That was great.
Have you ever seen that South Park episode where they kind of parodied that whole concept? So I forgot who the white woman was, but it was a white woman. She was doing for 36 whatever it was, 36 cents a day, you can feed this child. And then apparently the news got over there, and the white lady was fat as fuck. She was eating up all the shit that they were getting, and they were serving them like little bowls of soup, and the little African kids were like super skinty. They were feeding them just enough, and she was savage and candy, ice cream, all kinds of bullshit. But yeah, that definitely happened. You know what I mean? That shit was funny as fuck.
I'm sure there's some level of truth to it.
Yeah, I think so too. Because where do you get that from? I mean, of course, we all have, those type of minds. What is the word I'm looking for? Cynical minds to come up with shit like that.
I think in a lot of ways you sort of have to. Like sometimes I think that's like one of the issues that we have currently. And I'm not a political person in any way, but
on the political podcast?
Well, sometimes it makes me nervous, like seeing people so blindly following any person.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, I'm not trying to just.
Did you know that that's a person? Like that's not the second coming. That's
that's
God,
a regular human being,
or whatever God you believe in. Like this is a human being that you're putting on a pedestal as a God.
Pedestalizing them.
Pedestalization of the vaginas, even if they don't have one.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
But then I think like in Roman times, like they always talk about Julius Caesar,
right? And
how like the Roman public loved him. They were like devastated when he was killed.
Really?
Yeah, there was like
then why did his
uproar? It was a whole big mess.
Why did the Republic? Was it the Republic that killed him? I know it was Brutus.
It was the
people who were in charge. There you go, Senate. Thank you. So why did they kill him then?
Because they didn't like that he was. They didn't like the fact that he was getting so powerful, and the people were like, "Yeah, he can be our ruler."
So they wanted to be a democracy.
They were like, "No, baby doll. We, the Senate, are the real people in charge. Power. I mean, it was really
sounds like USA.
Power.
It sounds like USA.
Who was USA?
USA.
Oh, pretty much. I mean, so you have a
figurehead.
In a lot of ways, the president often
is the figurehead.
Looks like a figurehead. I don't know how much they actually can control, do control anything.
They got to fight against the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
Coincidentally.
House of Representatives.
Yes.
Bitch, who you represent?
Right. So
representation where?
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So
look at us getting political.
Hey,
this is political as we get.
But I mean, think about it, that's part of the lack of evolution.
Yeah.
Have we?
Well, I think people, what is it? Absolute power corrupts absolutely,
yeah.
or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think not that I think that everybody that has any level of power is corrupt, but I do think that there is a sense of, well, I mean, you think like superheroes. There's I can't think of the name of it, but there's not like counter superhero kind of thing, but there is sort of this thing of you in a superhero world, you just sort of have this blind faith that they'll always make good decisions.
Like Superman,
Spider-Man, like they're,
well, that Superman's supposed to be that symbol of purity,
Captain
and
America,
and Captain, the same thing, just less powerful.
You're shit on him.
No, I mean Captain America is a ground level hero. Superman is a intergalactic hero
until kryptonite.
Yeah, he don't like green diamonds or emeralds. You know that the kryptonite was they made up kryptonite.
Was it jade?
No, it's pieces of his home planet.
Oh.
But apparently kryptonite was not originally in the comic books. It was originally created on the radio show. It was like a podcast. Not podcast, but the concept of a podcast. Like they would tell Superman stories. Like they would write stories and tell them over the radio or whatever. And they came up with kryptonite on the radio show. We
have writing.
Yeah. Wait, what?
In Rome, they had in ancient Rome they had writing, but a lot of people couldn't read.
Really?
Like a lot of it was sort of the peasants. I mean, you had a caste system.
Oh yeah. We still got that.
Here in USA.
Here in the USA of USA.
Here, let freedom ring.
But yeah, I'm just saying. But that's where kryptonite comes from. And they did have. That is a weird thing. Why is it we gonna write shit down, but none of you motherfuckers can read it? What does that do?
Power.
Absolutely.
If you're it's sort of like I hate to always use religion, but I feel like it's such a powerful thing in our world.
Right.
But individuals reading the holy text of their religion is sort of a new concept.
Wait, say it again. I saw some money coming in.
An individual congregation member reading the holy book themselves is sort of a new concept.
Is it?
Yeah.
All the churches I've been in, I mean, I've only been alive for 39 years, but so.
But that's a relatively new.
I don't think they even read it in the Catholic Church, do they? I think only the priest reads it. I don't know for sure. I've only been to a Catholic church like twice in my life.
I've only been to an Episcopalian church.
Oh, okay.
Catholic Light is what I was told that was. But
it's who?
Catholic Light.
Oh, okay.
It's like
it's not
less
5G,
calories
it's
than
LTE. It's like Diet Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay. I can rock with it.
Yeah. But that's like the whole point of a preacher
is to lead the herd.
Clergy member is to read the holy text and interpret it to the followers.
Well, my thing is, I always tell people, I probably said it on here too, but perspective is a mofo, because literally I told my youngest, I said, I'm about to run to the store. She said, oh, you're going to run?
Yeah.
Baby, I'm going to go get in my vehicle and drive to the store.
Yeah.
But she interpreted that as I'm physically going to run to the store.
She wanted to watch.
Yeah, like, Dad's going to run this? No, the hell I'm not. I got a whole truck for that. But I think that's interpretation.
You could run to the store from here.
Yeah, from here. No, I wouldn't do it. I would walk, but I ain't running. It's too damn hot. It's been well over 100 degrees. Suppose it's going to get around 115 at some point in the summer in
What is going on?
Your guess is as good as mine, sir. I don't know.
It's
blazing.
Like, poor Only. He has like a whole system
he
has to wear. I think he does, but
not in 110 degrees.
But yesterday they had him go and do. He actually went with not his old team, but the new in his new region, their team that was like his old team.
Oh, very
He
cool.
actually went out with them for the day. Listen, he slept the whole time. He got home and was like, "I'm so tired." Slept for the rest of the day,
all your energy,
all night last night. He was zapped.
Yeah.
No, like had no energy. I felt so bad. I was like, sleep. Like
He
the
kept trying
only
to get up and
remedy
do
is
shit.
sleep.
Yeah.
Go to
Once
sleep.
the sun steals your energy, that's it. I had a shoot
That's the end.
on Saturday.
I saw some of your pictures. They turned out really good.
Oh, I appreciate it. But yeah, we started shooting I got off work that morning at 5. And because Planet Fitness on the weekends doesn't open till 7,
Yeah.
I came home, I got all my shit together. I think I watched one of my shows that I watched. And then we weren't going to shoot till 9. So we went to the gym, then parted ways. Then we met back up at the spot to shoot. And we shot from 9, at least for me, from 9 a.m. to about 1 o'clock. And I was pouring sweat.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, I've never been, and when I got home, I laid down for 5-6 hours. That was not enough. I was exhausted stripping overnight.
It's crazy.
Like
it
was
crazy.
dripping onto my camera. That's how it was just.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like just walking out the door, you're like, it hits you like a wall.
Yeah, it's like an oven. Like the first time I ever went to Dallas and went outside the airport, it's an oven. The airport's like, oh, this is nice. Why do people say it's so hot in Texas? Then the door opened, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is hot as hell.
Yeah.
So, yes.
You can sort of feel it as you're getting near the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, huh.
Do I really want to go outside?
And then the door opens and you're like, oh, shit. Here we go. All right, everybody. Everybody ready?
That shit is the worst. But
well, at least we have air conditioning, unlike Rome.
This is true. Because they did ice, right?
I don't know.
I've seen it in movies,
I
like
don't know.
in comical terms. I've never seen it in a serious way. They do like the ice, and they would have people fan the ice.
I mean, it makes sense.
I don't know if that's a real thing. I've seen it in movies, but I don't know if they do
Probably
that for like
Egypt.
satire. Yeah, I've seen it in like Egyptian
Probably
movies.
Egypt.
Do you think people really did that?
Probably.
That would suck. I'm pouring down sweat and I'm just.
But I guess part of me is like, would we be sweating as much if no matter where you went, it was the same temperature?
Yeah. Hygiene has changed somewhat for some people.
Well, but I think that's a money thing. If you were wealthy, depending on where you were in the caste, you know, you would have servants that bathed you.
Yeah, well, I meant more so. You think soap was just as good back then? It might have been better. Or their equivalent
Probably
of soap.
more pure.
Yeah, that's true. No Dove? No Irish Springs?
I mean, sometimes I wonder, like, I was watching this thing, and God only knows if it's true, but, you know, a lot of our soaps now kill all germs.
And some germs are actually good for you, yeah.
And there's germs on your body constantly that are good, that need to stay. And we're like washing them off and they're having to like grow back, and some of them aren't growing back. So I wonder, they may actually have been not cleaner, but they may have been in better.
Their skin was probably better.
Healthier skin than ours is now.
Because isn't there something in our, and I might be wrong, but isn't there something in our soap that keeps the soap dry? So not keeps it dry. I'm probably saying it wrong, but
like dries it again.
Yeah, so that it's not just sitting there soapy.
I'm sure it is.
So if you're putting that on our, even Dove does it. I don't care what nobody says. I've bought the bars of Dove.
Yeah,
and it gets dry.
I think Dove is probably the most fake.
You think so? I use the body wash, the men's Dove body wash, but I've used the bar as well.
Yeah.
Why is that? I use the bar on my face. I use a washcloth for my face and a loofah for my body.
Well, I mean, I would say like your Dove is probably the most known brand.
Probably them and maybe Dial. Just
Dial,
for old school purposes.
Dove, Dial, and maybe Irish Spring.
Because Old Spice is not brand new, but it's a newer thing. Axe is a newer thing.
Well, Irish Spring might be younger than Old Spice.
Is it?
They're probably around the same time. So I would say those four. Those four are probably the major.
Oh yeah.
Soap brands.
Right. Oh, that's true.
So they probably have the most
shit in them.
Chemicals.
Probably so.
Because, you know.
Dove seems like it works temporarily, and then I put my cocoa butter on, and then I think it balances out the drying effect of Dove.
Yeah.
The bar.
But you've got to do a whole cocoa. You got to shea butter down.
Oh, as Gabby was saying. No, I just do the waist down because my arms don't really get ashy. My legs will, though, every blue moon.
Yeah.
The bottom half gets ashy. The top half, my elbows don't even get ashy. They're just, no ash whatsoever.
Mine have a little bit, so I'm not going to show mine.
So what ways have we truly evolved then, besides like running water and technology?
Well, I mean, running water.
And then
our system is based on the irrigation systems of Rome and Greece. Oh. So I mean, ours is a more sophisticated version, but
probably a more sterile version.
We got it from. But again, what's sterile? What's supposed to?
In my mind, I've told myself the water system filters our water that comes into our houses. I don't know if they really do. In my mind,
it does.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. Yeah. But I tell myself that they filter the water that goes into my water fountain.
Yeah.
So it does? Okay.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mac and Cheese used to be good friends with the guy that worked at the water plant. And so I actually we went there one day to visit and looked around at the stuff and I was like, okay. Yeah.
So they really do filter. I wasn't sure. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's many, many, many filters.
Okay. Because there's a spot. I think and
then there's filters along the way as it's getting to your house.
So it doesn't pick up dirt from the pipes or whatever. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, because there's a spot, I think we've driven past it, and it smells like dog shit, but it's a water plant.
Oh, yeah. They don't smell good.
Oh, that's why don't they smell good?
Well, because they have the shit water.
Oh, they're filtering the boo-boo water and giving it back to us.
Yes.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm like, no, here.
I mean, it's the water is filtered to a level to where it is safer, quote unquote, to drink than if you just went out here to the creek.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Which has no boo-boo water in it.
It might have a little animal boo-boo.
Animal boo-boo.
I mean,
animal boo-boo water.
We hadn't picked tax on tax, we would make this boo-boo water.
Yeah. I think it's a contender.
So what things have we not evolved in then? That blatantly not evolved?
I think a lot is... I think that we're still... one thing that I do think is better is I think that we have a better understanding of mental health. We don't have a perfect understanding, but we have a better understanding than they had then. Okay.
I got to respond to this money real quick. Keep going.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, we respond to all money offers. If you're out there, Nosey with goodintentions@gmail.com, we respond to all money offers. Also, if you're watching, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. We always forget to say this in the middle of the episode, but it helps out if you will comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you're listening, also subscribe and rate and review us. The review really does help. But I think our understanding of mental health has come a very long way.
Well, I think we didn't have enough empathy because like we said, they would throw away disabled babies, let alone give a fuck about your mindset.
I don't think it was, we say they threw away the babies, but I don't know if it was that easy of a process. I think a lot of times now, then, a lot of their beliefs of things were based on their religion as a society.
Okay.
Whereas now I feel like our stuff is, a lot of people still base theirs on their own religious beliefs. But I think there is a lot of people that are also you know what? It doesn't always have to be about a religious belief. There is science. Our science has come along much further. Yeah. We're now understanding things better than, it rained because the God of rain,
know. Where there's
we prayed
clouds and stratus clouds.
Right. Yeah. We understand that these clouds move. We understand in our stratosphere levels, it's not just the stratosphere, is the only one I can think of.
Right, but the atmosphere.
Atmosphere, stratosphere, whatever the other ones are. There's layers to it. We understand those things now, whereas it's not just God of rain. We prayed to them and they've blessed us with rain.
Right. We know that there's a rainy season. April showers bring May flowers. And there's a reason for it. Yeah, that's true. We even know why there's seasons, because we're tilted.
Right.
Even though the sun is actually closer to us in the wintertime, which I've never understood how that works. But anyway.
I don't really understand how it works either. But when somebody explains it, I'm like, oh, yeah. But my memory can't hold on to it long enough to remember the explanation.
I feel you on that. Oh. All right. So with the mental health thing, do you think it was an empathy, compassion thing back then, or do you think it was just a lack of understanding?
Well, I think it was a lack of understanding, but I also think there was an immediate blame on, you're possessed by by an evil spirit, or you've angered the gods, or I think there was a because they didn't have as much of an understanding of things like schizophrenia, bipolar, like these things that we now have a name for.
Instead of just being
they existed then, crazy. But they would be, they're possessed, or they've angered the gods have turned on them, or whatever it was. We now have more understanding of what's happening. It's actually like chemicals in the brain aren't operating the way that they need to for optimal.
So what do you think they interpreted it as back then? Just straight
religious. It was
crazy? Normally
religious.
No, I mean
gods and stuff.
Oh, like that our God made you this way.
Yeah. Like if you're, there were a lot of regions that had more that would call upon certain gods more depending on what your region needed.
Oh, I just misquoted somebody's price. My bad. Hold that. Well, let me see if they're right back. It might take the price.
Was it higher?
It's $50 higher. But I am running let me not do that. I don't want to scare nobody.
No, you can. And if they text you back and they're like, "Oh no, I'm good," be like, "Oh, sorry about that. I was texting in a hurry."
Because I am running a summer special. Let me text them now. I don't want to cheat nobody. I'm in the business of making money, not getting over on people. Sign Language Productions.
What I mean is that you're just...
Hey, never mind. Sign Language Productions.
It's not about making money. It's about
getting over. No, this is a different. Being honest, it is, but this is an event shoot. So technically,
it needs to be a little
the
extra.
regular price. Yeah, they're still getting a $50 discount.
Yeah.
So no, they really are. It was normal $200. I said $150.
Okay. I believed you.
I know. But anyway, yeah. Now I'm all thrown off because I'm excited.
Cameron Wood knew something was happening.
See you in a couple weeks. Yay! Like 2 weeks. But yeah. Damn, I'm excited.
Well, good.
My bad, y'all.
You can tell me about the event.
Absolutely.
In between episodes.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I still think that even though on the internet and social media we say we care about mental health and disability and stuff, which I do believe we do. But I do think in private, there's still people who are like, they're crazy. That ain't got nothing to do with chemical imbalances.
I say that in public.
I do too.
Oh, that crazy motherfucker right there.
Right.
Have you met Crazy Sandy? She's batshit crazy.
Yeah, I still think there's still a level of skepticism that in certain groups.
Yeah. I don't think it's...
We're not going to take you out and burn you at the stake, but...
Yeah. But
No?
I think any time that we are directly affected, we're always more empathetic.
Of course, because it hits home.
Yeah. But
that was always a fear of mine.
It's not that I would never date another person with mental health needs.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to if you don't have to?
I wasn't seeking it out.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I was not seeking it out.
Yeah, that's a fear of mine, though, some of these things that we're talking about.
Well, and the thing is, you never know.
I meant the disability thing.
Well, like schizophrenia, for example.
I don't want none of that.
A lot of people, the onset age is like 23, 22.
I don't entirely know what schizophrenia is. People go, oh, he's schizophrenic. It's multiple personalities, right?
I don't want to pretend like I know the exact definition. Right. Multiple personalities is a different thing.
Oh, okay.
But schizophrenia is a little more complex than this, but essentially it is a mixture of delusion and hallucination.
Oh.
So
I think my cousin has that. No, he's had it since we were kids. Like, he takes pills, he gets a check, everything.
Probably not schizophrenia then.
He sees shit.
I'm going to say why. I'm going to say, well, there's multiple mental health things that have hallucinations as part of it.
Okay, I didn't know he gets a check and takes medicine, and he's probably worked maybe once or twice, tried to have a job. He's older than me, but
usually schizophrenia is something that's diagnosed later because the onset of it comes later.
Well, he's like 10 years older than me, so by the time I even knew he was getting a check and stuff, I was probably in high school, so he was at least in his mid-20s.
Oh, then maybe.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know what it was.
Maybe.
Though,
yeah. No. I thought you meant like when he was a kid.
No, I'm 39. He's probably almost 50.
Okay, so he may have. Okay, so he probably was in the right age bracket. So he may be. But schizophrenia is, again, I'm way oversimplifying it.
Right.
But it's essentially, there's the criteria of it. One of those criteria is voices or hallucinations of things that are not there. Okay. I mean, most mental health, I think a lot of times people are so quick to blame, they have mental problems, so that's why they shot up a whole church.
Right. No, your ass is crazy.
And I'm like, no, I think they were just
crazy.
A little demented.
Yeah.
Demented is not necessarily mental health. Demented is blindly following a belief of something.
Yeah.
To a degree that you
had to take matters into your own hands.
Started assisting.
Yes.
Yourself.
Yeah.
But for the most part, 99% are mental health is not a violent thing.
Right. Yeah. The average, they just need a little assistance doing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
But we would not have understood that as much in Rome or Greece.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like
or let me not leave out Asia. Because I think oftentimes people think of ancient Rome and ancient Greece as though nothing else was happening in the world.
Genghis Khan and all them, they was fucking shit up too. We know. Camera 2, we knows.
Yeah.
Oh
God, they had a really good documentary like 10 years ago on Genghis Khan. It was such a good one. Yeah.
It's on YouTube or
it was on Netty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look and see if they got it back on there.
Why don't they have Genghis Khan movies? But they have Julius Caesar movies and Spartan movies. And...
I don't know, because what
is it not that cool?
Well, here's what gets me. Julius Caesar is always blonde hair and blue eyed.
He was.
He's always a white guy in
Greek.
The movie, and I'm like,
or Roman. Excuse me.
Roman, which
very dark olive skin
is not white.
No, it's white with olive oil.
Is olive oil white?
Yes, it is white.
None of the actors are olive oil white. They're all
closest one was
California Beach Boys.
Closest one was Colin Farrell. Didn't he play Caesar? Or was it Joaquin Phoenix? No, Joaquin Phoenix played my boy in Gladiator.
Yeah, Joaquin was the
one that he killed. Well, he didn't really. He killed him, but not really. He killed Russell Crowe's character.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about.
But I could have sworn. Did he play Julius Caesar? Or was that Colin Farrell? You know who Colin Farrell is, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying the right name? He was in Phone Booth and all those other movies. He's a really good actor. I just can't. I feel like that's not his last name. But I think it's Colin Farrell. He played the Penguin in the new Batman movie.
Okay.
That doesn't help you. I know you haven't seen it, but you seen Phone Booth?
No.
Really? That's a really good movie. That's from the early 2000s where he's in a phone booth in New York City and there's like a sniper on him and he can't come out of the phone booth. And it's really, even though it takes place in the phone booth, it's really good. It gets to the point where like the police are there and like come out of the phone booth, blah, blah, blah. He bring his wife out. He's panicking. He's on the phone. He can't come out of the phone booth. So like people are running up trying to get him out of the phone booth. One guy walks by, he's like, yo, bitch, get off the motherfucking phone. This is before all the police get there. He's like, I want to use the phone. He's like, I'd love to, but I can't. And then that guy who's about to kick his ass gets killed by the sniper. It's a really good movie. I think it's called Phone Booth. Yeah. It's really good.
Okay.
I did a horrible.
I'll take your word for it.
I took a horrible dissertation of it, but
that sounded great.
Yeah, people are like, "What the fuck did he just say?" It is a good movie, though. It's really good.
I'm always interested, like when they can take a lone location and make a whole thing of it.
Like Buried. I think it's called Buried. Ryan Reynolds. He's in this casket buried underground, and the whole movie takes place in the casket. in the dark. He's on his phone, and he's trying to get some help. He has limited air, obviously. The guy's comforting him, talking to him on the phone. He's like a 911 type of person on the phone. He's talking to him, yeah. And Ryan Reynolds asks, like, have you ever, because apparently there's a case of people getting buried in these caskets alive. And the guy, the operator on the phone is like, no, we had a case of, we had one girl, we found her, blah, blah, blah. It might have been a guy, but whatever. We found that person. And then the music is tense. And as they're talking to Ryan Reynolds' character, you're under the impression they're almost to him. They're getting there. And come to find out, they open the casket. It's the person that they found before. So all that lying and comforting of Ryan Reynolds, they got it built up really good. Like, you think they're about to save him. And he's like, I don't feel the casket moving. I can't tell dirt's moving around. He's like, we're almost there, sir. We're almost there. Come to find out, they're at a different casket of the person, and it's the casket of the person they lied and told Ryan Reynolds they found. Oh, to comfort him. I probably fucked that explanation up too, but it's a really good movie. I think it's called Buried. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
It's fire. It came out probably, I don't know, a while back. It didn't come out recently. It's at least like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
You're not going to watch it,
for it. I probably won't.
I know.
Because I'll have forgotten this conversation took
and you don't
place.
Have Hulu. Yeah.
And when I watch it again, I do not. Okay. When I watch it again, I'll go, oh yeah, that's movies. And by the end of the episode, I'll have forgotten what the name of the movies were again.
That's okay. Buried and Phone Booth.
I don't know. I'm not a big TV person.
I am. I just don't have a lot of TV time.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, it's so weird because recently, like, I've noticed with my parents, they watch this channel that has like Gunsmoke and westerns. Western.
Is that TCM? Turner Classic Movies?
No,
it's like black and
Grit.
White.
It's called Grit. Grit.
What's Grit? I know what the word means. Oh, I never heard that channel. That's a newer channel?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
But it's Ponderosa and Gunsmoke and
okay. I see
all the westerns. Yeah. I can't think of any of the names of them now, but
I don't know why. No, I'm lying. I like the newer ones.
Anyway, I mean, it's it is what it is.
I like modern westerns.
But I realize like that's something that I am very similar in. Like I have my shows.
And you will not waver.
I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have all the seasons.
Me too. They're on DVD somewhere.
DVD.
They're at Gabby's house in the attic.
When I had a DVD player and I wasn't as active as I am now, I just watched that show
over and over,
over and over again. I had Mama's Family. I've got all 4 seasons on DVD. There, I watched all through those.
I don't even have a DVD player in this house. My DVD player is at Gabby's house in the attic. I think there's 2.
Blocked by, you can't get up there.
Yeah. No, actually, I think they're in the garage in the overhang thing.
One day we just need to go and unblock the attic.
I don't want to.
And then you can get some of the stuff that you want to get.
Yeah.
You don't have to get all of it, but you can get some of it.
Oh, that's true. Well, it's like her makeshift office now.
The attic?
The room below the attic.
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh, that's true.
She's not in there all the time.
No, that's true.
It wouldn't take us long to move the stuff long enough to get like you to go up there and see what you want and pick a few things and then close it back up.
That's true. One day. But so how else have we evolved? We have attics.
We have attics. Honestly, like stuff.
What you mean?
The amount of stuff that we have. Even if you like, I'm not even talking about like hoarder level stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about like just, when me and Only moved, I was like, where the hell did all this stuff come from? We have stuff.
What's wrong with that?
It doesn't have any use. They wouldn't have had that in Rome.
Oh yeah, it was what you need and that's it. But I mean, there's less shit to collect back then too. What you gonna collect? Rocks?
Well, they made
clothing.
They made pottery. They made,
Yeah, but you don't need 20 pots like we got now. We got a specific boiling pot. We've got a strainer pot. We've got a skillet. We've got a cast iron.
But they did all the same stuff with one.
Exactly.
And we could do it too. We
choose otherwise.
We like to buy the strainer pot.
Yes, everything besides just one fucking pan.
Yeah.
Yes, we have an egg pan. We have a pancake pan. We have a stewing pan. We have a Dutch oven. We have crock pots. We have blenders. We have a bunch of shit we don't need.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, they wouldn't have Funkos in Rome.
No. No, but they did have dolls.
Oh yeah, the kids played with shit. Yeah, they were made out of wood, right?
I think some of them were. Yeah,
whatever their version of yarn is. But
yeah,
was there yarn back then? It was just like I don't know.
That's good. I mean, they had clothes.
Yeah,
so probably whatever their clothes were made out of.
Okay. I wonder how they made their clothes.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like dolls. Like one of the YouTube channels that I randomly watch from time to time, they're a Barbie collector. They do a bunch of other stuff, but every once in a while they talk about Barbie. And the 1959, I think, was the first Barbie. And so like those...
I thought they were older than that. Okay, fair enough.
But like 1959 to like 1980 something, the clothes like had real zippers. Like,
oh, that's cool. Now
they were now it's like whatever,
plastic and Velcro.
The little Velcro and stuff like that.
They put real zippers on these fucking dolls.
They had like a lot of the collectors. A lot of the collectors. The clothing is like real clothing of the time.
That's probably why they're worth more, because they actually use quality products instead of pumping
and originally they sold. I didn't know this, but they sold the doll
naked,
and then they sold individual clothes. Now they sell you a doll every time. For the there are some that are just clothes.
You can get both,
but
there's the doll ain't naked,
right.
Yeah,
there's like a Barbie, Barbie has
a starter outfit.
Different outfits, and you can also buy outfits. You can change outfits because the body shape is the same.
Right. Do you know that they have different types of Barbies now? Not just
they have disabled Barbie, and like multiple disabilities. They have wheelchair Barbie.
I think I've seen that. They have vitiligo Barbie.
Really?
I didn't know what the hell was going on. I what's wrong with this Barbie?
Do they have albino Barbie?
You mean the white Barbie?
No, like albino with like the eyes and everything.
I felt horrible. I was like, what? I don't know if I want...
Somebody bleached this Barbie.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And that sounds, I'm going to be insensitive as I do one time per episode, probably 12 times an episode. I don't know. There's certain things about myself that I like and don't like. I don't know if there was something, and I'm not saying you should dislike yourself for having vitiligo. I'm just saying if I had, is it condition? How do you say it correctly? If I had something...
Have a condition?
If I had a condition or something very different about me, I don't know if I would want an action figure that reflected it. I could be wrong. I don't... like if
Barbie's not an action figure.
Well, I meant the boy version of a Barbie action figure.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I don't... like if I...
Not like, vitiligo man?
No, that sounds like a superhero.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I think
most action figures are superheroes.
That's true. I don't know if I was missing an arm. I don't know if I would want a boy Barbie or an action figure that was deliberately missing an arm so that it would make me feel like I could identify with it. I don't know because I don't have those things.
Representation matters.
Well, you know that there's actually, I've seen a case, they were actually suing Barbie because Barbie would make certain dolls that would match certain characteristics, like an amputee or a vitiligo or some type of disability, and they wouldn't sell very well. Mm-hmm. Because you got to think, and I'm not trying to be funny,
it's a niche audience.
Yeah, that's not the majority of people.
Yeah,
and they don't sell as well because there's only so many people that have vitiligo.
Right.
There's only so many that are little girls with vitiligo, and there's only so many little girls with vitiligo that want to buy a vitiligo Barbie.
Yeah.
So they would stop selling certain ones. They got sued for that shit. So they put them back on the shelves, even though they weren't selling that good. Which returns me to, I don't know if I had vitiligo or if I was missing an arm, I would want a Barbie or an action figure that reflected it. I think it's a difference when it's ethnic.
I think when you're a kid.
I mean, you might. I don't know. I'm not a kid.
But I think when you're 40. A kid, well, you were a 40-year-old kid.
But
I think when you're a kid, you may not be actively seeking it out, but there's some part of your brain that when someone comes on the television that has vitiligo and you have it, you're like, oh, yeah, okay. I now see someone else.
I think if I brought it to one of my daughters as a surprise, and if my kids don't have vitiligo, but just hypothetically, if one of them had vitiligo and I brought them I think they would like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that kids actively seek out Barbies that match them, so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's If that made any sense whatsoever.
I mean, I'm sure there's some.
I think they look for, like, if it's a black girl, she looks for a black Barbie. A Hispanic child, she looks for a Hispanic doll. I do think they look for ethnicities that match. But I don't know if they look for, and I could be wrong, they might be seeking them bitches out, going through the shelves. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actively seek out matching disability Barbies. Or Barbies with disabilities that match them. I know vitiligo's not a disability. I'm not saying that. I don't know, though. Because for myself, and obviously I play with action figures like superheroes and wrestlers and shit, I didn't look for wrestlers and superheroes that look like me. I looked for the cool, like The Rock was the man. So I wanted The Rock. I wanted Stone Cold. I was going to get Stone Cold. They always fought each other. I wanted Undertaker, Kane, or I wanted Batman. I didn't look for, is this a black wrestler? I just looked for the most popular wrestler.
Yeah.
Like when I got my Power Rangers, I thought the Green Ranger was the best Power Ranger. So I didn't ask for the Black Ranger in skin. I wanted the Green Ranger because he's the coolest one. So I don't know if...
You know, the Black Ranger was only black.
In the first season. After that, he was Asian-ish. Pacific Islander-ish. Because it was Zach was the first Black Ranger. Adam was the second Black Ranger.
Well...
But he wasn't black in ethnicity.
No, he was mixed. But...
he looked Asian, though.
He did look more Asian.
Yeah.
But
he was black and white mix?
I think so. After Adam, though, there was another black guy.
Oh, it was?
I can't think of the name. It may have been two later.
Okay, so you do remember Zach and Adam because those were the two. Yeah.
Zach was OG,
yes, sir.
Mighty Morphin OG.
Yeah, he hasn't aged a day. I've seen him on social media. He looks pretty much the same. I mean, black don't crack, but we do it.
Listen, did I tell you about that?
What?
So...
Some of our blacks crack.
Is this black guy who's dressed as a girl, but they're doing like an interview or whatever as a drag queen.
Okay.
And
camera still going?
So they were, I think it was the interviewer was saying something about like, somehow it led to black don't crack.
Okay.
And the black drag queen goes, unless you're smoking it.
I think you told me that. That is fucked up.
I laughed for an hour. Probably an hour after that. I rewound it and watched it. I can't even tell you how many
times. There's this girl that got she got fried on TikTok. She was first she made a TikTok about saying why she said I'm 39 even though I don't look it, and she looked 39. But she doesn't look old. She just looks her age.
Yeah.
But she started a video talking about how the younger generation goes clubbing and they don't wear heels. She's like, "Oh, y'all don't wear heels. Y'all do we need to come back in the club and show you how to do it?" And then the heels she put on they look like chanclatas. They were not heels. They were a hot mess.
Little tiny chunky heels.
The heel was the square, like the block.
Chunks.
Chanclatas. And she was
I don't think that's what that means.
I know, I'm just being extra.
I think
chanclatas are sandals. Yeah, they're sandals. But I was being stupid. But she got fried. They fried her for her ugly ass heels. They were ugly.
Yeah.
And for saying she was 39 but don't look 39. She might have said 34. Whatever the fuck. She said 34. She said, I'm 34. I know I don't look it. And then she kept talking about it, and she's being fired up. They was going in on her ass. Like, man, you look 34.
I love when they clip it.
Oh, these people have been stitching it, so they'll play her part.
Or stitch it.
And then it's their part, yeah.
Okay, I love when it's like, and they put in bitch wear. Yeah. The old meme of bitch wear. They put it.
They've been on her ass, but yeah, it was really good. And the dress is
you can't, it's sort of like.
I think I look my age.
You have to really be careful what you say, because if you come across.
And she had a little
like you're bragging,
yeah, she's like,
which it sounds like she does.
I don't look it. Yeah. And then they've been firing her ass. She looks 34.
They will come for you.
Or she looks in her mid-30s. She's in her mid-30s.
But if she would have just been like, I'm 34 and I keep seeing these girls, and I'm like, girls, let's step it up. When I was going to the club, like we did.
Yeah, she's getting more fired up for saying she don't look her age than the ugly ass sandals or the heels she put on.
I'm sure 90% of the comments are like, bitch, you look 45.
Firing her ass up. And I'm just like, yeah. So I used to do that. I used to be like, man, I'm 39, but I don't look 39.
Yeah.
I don't look 39, but I look like I'm in my mid-30s, and I'm okay with that.
I don't think any of us look...
We just don't look old
like
for our age.
If you look at a picture, there is I'm trying to remember where it is in my parents' house, but there is a picture of, I don't remember exactly how old I was, but my parents are 40 in the picture. If you look at me now and my sister, who is 5 years older than me, we
look
don't
like them?
We don't look
the same 40 that they look.
like they look.
Yes, that's what it is.
And I'm not sure if it's like a perception thing. Those are my parents, so I know that they've always looked older to me.
It's partly the quality of the picture.
You put a picture.
It's the outfits, everything. It's
and
the
you're
fashion,
like,
yeah.
Like, I clearly look older. Then they're like me in that picture. They are 40 and I'm, I don't know, 12.
Right.
So obviously I look older now.
You're a grown up now.
But I look at them and I'm like, huh. I remember them at that age and I'm like, they didn't look.
That's what it is.
We look younger. I don't know if that's a good thing though. I don't know if that's
our 40 looks younger than our past generation's 40. That's what it is.
Sometimes. Like, I see old pictures of me. When I say old pictures, I mean like in my early 20s. And I'm like, I think I look younger now. Like, there are certain things like around the eyes you can tell, but like overall, I'm like, I think I look a little, of course, I was heavy. So, I mean, I think a lot of people look older when you're heavier than you do when.
I think heavier people look younger. Because
it depends on the person. It depends on the person.
Oh, I think fatter people's faces look smoother because it's filled. Let's get the fuck out of here. I always say some shit I ain't supposed to say. Fat people's faces look smoother because they're full of fat.
Oh, fat.
What?
Ancient Rome.
Were there fat people?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
I think fat was a sign of more wealth.
Yeah,
but even the wealthy weren't
fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think though there wasn't really. I know there wasn't gluttony like it. We have mukbangs in 2024 where people eat the fuck out of food, like ridiculous amounts of food.
Aren't they usually smaller?
Views. It's both. It's been 50-50. Well,
like
the ones I see are smaller, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Do you don't think that encourages those who shouldn't be doing that to do it?
Maybe.
I'm just saying. That's
money.
What?
Like, you gotta have
a
money
mukbang
to do a muk. I think it's a mukbang.
That's a mukbang.
So,
or did we bastardize it in America?
Well, I think so.
Oh, okay.
There is a Korean drag queen from Korea, and she said mukbang.
That was probably mukbang.
So I'm gonna go with
it sounds like an Asian word
because it's a Korean. It is a Korean word.
Oh, okay.
And she said,
I can believe that. Yeah, because we bastardized other languages,
but that doesn't mean that I remember it correctly.
I mean, mukbang, whatever. But
yeah,
that's a form of content to just stuff your fucking face on camera.
Okay, really quickly, can we just say, like, there's something about America. I don't know what it is, but other parts, like I went to Amsterdam. It's been like 10 years ago. Amsterdam, most drugs are legal. I think maybe all of them might be legal.
I don't think they got crack over there, do they?
I don't think so. But I think the drugs that they do have, I don't think they're like illegal. I might be wrong. But I know that there's several drugs that are not illegal.
You can take like amethyst and all that shit. Yeah.
They don't have addicts. They don't have treatment centers because there's no need for treatment centers.
But see, in America, we put shit in our drugs.
Well, and that may be the difference. But over there, but I was just sitting there.
You seen a coca plant in America anywhere? It seems to a coca for coke.
Well, no, because it's synthetic, right?
No, coke is a real thing.
Is it not man-made?
It's a plant, and then they get it over here, and then they cut it and cook it and turn it into crack. Or you can snort it as coke. But yeah.
Okay. But like, we have like alcoholics. I go to other countries and they're like, we don't have that. Like, Joe has a beer with his meal and then Joe doesn't drink for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I might not survive over there.
But you know what I'm saying though? It's like, it's there.
Need me beer.
But it means there. You know,
but I'm sure they put shit in their beer. I mean, in ours, not theirs.
Oh, I'm sure. But there's something about here.
Yeah.
Hoarders. Like, there's hoarders in Great Britain, but like there's a lot of places where they're like, we don't need all this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't. There's something here that's for some reason different.
We're in the good old USA.
Here at USA.
I wouldn't trade it for shit because I've never lived anywhere else. But
Oh, listen, I will say this. Like, if you're, like, sometimes I'll travel to another place. I used to travel a lot more, work. But, of course, I eat more diversity in my food now. But at the time, I was like, just get me back to land. Get me back to.
So I be trying all that foreign shit. I don't mind. That shit tastes good to me.
I would do it now. I don't travel as much as I used to. But, you know, now that I quit smoking and I eat all kinds of food, it would be a different experience going now. But listen, creature comforts, they're a real thing. They really are. Like at the end of the day, I always love to say at the end of the day. But, you know, I love my popcorn.
Yeah, I got some downstairs. I might eat some popcorn on next week's episode. Enjoy.
But anyway, I think in general I don't think we're as evolved as we would like to think we are.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of stuff that
I think we mask evolution with technology. Because of our technological advancements. Probably. We're like, we're so evolved. Probably. If you really break it down, no, we're not.
Yeah.
We are in some ways, but not really.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like, social media, I think there was a time where, even for me, like, I was like, oh, like, people are more accepting of gay people, and
I think that has changed.
People are, you know, less racist.
Yeah, that's goes
and then into social media. And I went, oh, yeah. Oh, y'all are out there. Y'all were just a little hidden from me.
They're not boldly announcing it in person.
Now,
it's on the internet. The safety of your computer.
Now that America's great again, all y'all came out the woodwork.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see y'all now.
I do think there is less of it, but but I don't think it's drastically reduced. If we had let's say, I'm just making up an arbitrary number, say 60% of all white people were racist. I don't think it dropped down to 20%.
Yeah.
It might have dropped down to 55.
55 to 59%.
Yes, but there has been some advancements.
Yeah. I think some of that too is
a lot of this generation and our generation didn't grow up in integrated schools. Well, desegregated schools.
Right.
Excuse me.
I think that's a big part of it too. But I think also, like, my dad the other day, I don't know why my dad all of a sudden, like, had this moment where I just sort of looked at him like, where did that come from? But he was like, somehow we got on the topic of, like, race and you know, what's, you know, is it really different now? I mean, really. And my dad was like, well, a lot of the guys that used to come he was a car dealer, that used to come to the car lot, and I would hear them talking, I'd be like, oh God, they were awful. And now a lot of their daughters have mixed children.
Yeah, of course.
And so now they're like, oh,
I guess I got to shut the fuck up forever.
Well, I guess I can't say that anymore.
Pretty much. Until they leave.
No. There's something about grandchildren like, it changes the heart and soul.
I can believe it.
And I think a lot of what's happened is grandchildren are gay, grandchildren are mixed.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh.
Guess I got to roll with it.
Well, you can't all be bad because
these are my babies.
This is grandbaby, and grandbaby trumps everybody.
Right. So, yeah.
You know. So I think what shifted is not necessarily, I look at an adult who is black not what I would normally like. Yeah. It's like, well, these are kids. And even when they grow up to be adults, my heart is still, they're a kid. Yeah. They're my grandchildren. Yeah,
my kid is 15. She's still my little girl. So, yeah.
Oh, my girl, talking about my girl.
On top of and then I think a lot of old white racist people they're starting to die, too. Biden's right there. He getting there. Yeah, we ain't gonna go down that path. Let's get the fuck out of here before I start talking shit about the president.
Well, the problem is, it's almost like, why is everyone in politics
old as fuck
in their late 70s, early 80s?
I don't know. They're not even coming up with new ideas. They're just rolling with the old shit.
They're just doing the same stuff. All of them. And I'm like, what?
Because that's all we know. We ain't evolved.
Yeah. But then I'm like, I don't want you to be too young, though, because I want you to have lived a little life.
No, I want no 20-year-old president.
Like, I think maybe 45 is a good starting point.
Yeah, I don't need my president hollering out, it's lit. I don't need that.
No cap. We got a new policy, y'all. No cat.
Yeah, I don't need nothing.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to hold that back.
Down. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Well, we'd love to hear from everybody. We have an email, noseywithgoodintentions at gmail.com. I don't know what it is about an email. I love to get an email. We don't get them very often, but when we do, I get excited about it.
Me too.
So if you're out there, we'd love to hear from you.
We forgot to tell people to like, comment, or subscribe. All 1 hour and 9 minutes. We said it?
I did it when you were on.
Oh, that is right. You did.
Yeah.
My bad.
But in case you didn't hear it, the first time I did it.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching here on YouTube. Hopefully you I had missed the dual cameras. And we did it 3 weeks ago.
I thought it was 2 episodes ago. No, it was 3 weeks ago. You're right.
And 4 weeks ago. No. We just did one.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. And then we went back to the camera uno. So hopefully we can.
Now that I know it'll work.
Stick with this format. We might try it.
That'll work.
We'll find out. To be continued on that. But if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and
hit that notification bell.
Click that notification bell so you're notified most Tuesdays, mostly at 8 a.m. when they're released. We also have TikTok, Nosey with Good Intentions. We have Snapchat, Nosey Podcast, or whatever you have Michael saved as in your phone. One day we're going to have to figure out, there's got to be somebody that can tell us how to make that. So if you wanted to have your own Snapchat, you could.
Yeah. Because there's a couple people that I follow on Snapchat, and their Snapchat name is not their name on my phone. So there's a way to do it.
But even to have a Snapchat that we both could look at, that we both could snap stuff on.
Yeah,
as a duo.
Yeah, I don't snap shit on there.
But if we wanted to, we could. And you could, and if you wanted your own personal Snapchat.
I don't want personal Snapchat.
But if you did, if for whatever reason you wanted your own Snapchat. I think you can't
because it's associated to your phone number.
But there's got to be some way to have.
We can look it up.
I'm sure that there's a Google Snapchat.
That's a way to do it.
I'm sure there's a Pop Block Snapchat.
Thank you for listening to our Nosey Dog.
See you next time.